So, dear Dhamma practitioners, this is our ongoing meditation session. Be comfortable yourself and relax your body. Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body. And keep your back straight and neck straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, as usual, we'll take few minutes for ourselves to understand how this meditation can help us to develop our inner wisdom. So, when it comes to our conventional life, as ordinary people, we always look for happiness and satisfaction. Many other times in other lessons, we talk about it in many ways. So today we are going to focus from another angle. In very conventional life, happiness and satisfaction depend on our physical and material world. And at the same time, the way we accept the situations, that means our point of view also play a major role when it comes to our personal happiness and satisfaction. But when it comes to spiritual level, eternally the happiness and satisfaction means liberation or the nibbana, renunciation from this all the samsaric calamities. So, why this conventional level of unhappiness and unsatisfaction come to us. So one of the major thing is weakness. So this happiness and satisfaction in the conventional life depend on your physical strength, mental strength, social and economical background, and the strength that you develop. And at the same time, spiritual practice. Even though spiritual practice going to take you beyond the conventional world, to have a very conventional success, you need some kind of spiritual practice. Before you go into that whatever you practice will help you to be here. So that's physical weakness make you unhappy. So then you have to focus to that. Mental weakness make you unhappy. And the poverty make you unhappy. Social disconnections make you unhappy. And also spiritual disconnection, that's mean when you don't have a higher purpose to become a more better person, or if you don't have the ability to expand your awareness, then that also make you unhappy. Because when it comes to your inner mind, this each and every atom never going to be satisfied being holding, grasping, because the very life itself, the very nature is expanding to many directions. Even though you experience this body like this, when it comes to mind, it go beyond your body. And the mind comes through many, many different versions. So somehow the only way that mentally that you can gain the satisfaction is the spiritual development. So becoming more better. That's why that when it comes to meditation, we name it as a kind of like a cultivation of the mind. So you have to cultivate yourself. So that itself brings some kind of happiness. So when it comes to the very nature of the atom, it has ability to transform to anything. So as example, this piece of wood is not limited only for this. This piece of wood has ability to transform to many things. Just imagine. You can use this piece of wood for many other things. So you yourself the same. You have ability to transform to many things. You can come with many versions of you. So then it is your responsibility to find the best version of you. So that is one thing, while you're living, you can bring the happiness and satisfaction. It is not ending all sufferings. It's not going to happen. So Buddha saw this foresight. Old person, sick person, dead person, and monk. And then one time, there was a discussion with another monk, and monk came and asked, "Oh, Bhante, Venerable Sir, now you understood and you became a Buddha. And now you understood the way to get out of the suffering. But still, even though you understood it, still you are getting old. You also get sick. You also going to die. So then what is this? So then the Buddha gave the example with the two arrows and mentioned there are two arrows that we get hit. So one is that this outside worldly suffering, it's going to be there always. See, some very minor things, sometimes people collapse. They have no ability to handle it. It's happened to everybody sometimes. And that is one thing that we all need to has to go through this. And that everywhere, it's common. But the second arrow, it's the way we react to that. It's depend on us. So then whatever come to you, the way you handle it can change the outcome, change the suffering. So what the Buddha taught here, so the worldly nature itself going to be there. And if you try to change that and find your happiness and satisfaction, it's not going, you can't find it. But the way you react to that will change your point of view, the way you experience it, the way you can handle it. So then always remember, developing this understanding yourself brings some kind of wisdom to be in the world and deal with the world in certain ways. And another discussion, spiritual discussion, and the students and the teacher had the discussion. And someone came and had argue. This the samsara itself full of calamities. There is no end. So then the teacher told, it is not the samsara. Your mind is full of calamities. And because of that, you experience it through the samsara. So that's mean the way you understand things, the way you look at things, your point of view is very matter when it comes to your day-to-day life. So then, if you look for happiness and satisfaction in this very conventional level, always remember, becoming weak is not a solution. If that happiness and satisfaction come out of becoming strong. That the strong means physically you have to be strong, mentally you have to be strong, socially, economically you have to be strong, and spiritually you have to be strong. So when you trying to become stronger, there are few things come as a hindrance. It always make you weak, visibly or invisibly. Three things. So one is this, we always have the tangles in our heart, knots. You know, sometimes in your body, there are knots that you can feel, tightness, little tightness. If you don't move enough, sometimes lactic acid accumulate, calcify, and then it feels kind of like a knot. So in your heart, there are knots, tangles that make you weak. That tangles come on, that knots you have to cut. Otherwise, you can't be strong. So if you can't be strong, you can't find the way balance in this life. So what is those knots? The self-centered desires with me, I am. So with that self-centered desires, we start to develop our life tangling with our own inside energy. So that is where the emotions come. Energy in motion, so that the flow or the energy, rather than flowing it get tangled. And then it creates knots. Then that is what the emotions come. So once you emotion trap, you can't be strong. You become weak. It can be physically you can be weak, mentally you can be weak, spiritually you can be weak, economically, socially, in every ways you become weak. So then you have to cut this knots that happens in your heart with the desires. Because it's a strong, it's somehow it's going to. And sometimes we think only these children like this candy, video games, and playing with toys. So this kind of things. But we also have that kind of same thing. But we do the same thing. But it is not the candy or the video game. We go with something else. We also fulfill the same desires in different ways. So that's why these knots of the heart come out of the ignorance. This I am, me, self. And then you go behind, I want. And you get tangled with emotions. And then by the time you become very lethargic, disappointed, unhappy, sad, worry, and then itself, we name it as unhappiness. So then look into yourself. Be with the world, but don't allow get knots in your heart. Don't get tangled with. Just don't caught up in your emotions. Another way we say, see the reality, understand the reality through nature. Not what we think in our mind, because what we think in our mind is not the real life. So that's why it is two different things. So what we think, that model of life, we have the hopes or the expectations, but in the real life is different, and When that two things come together, we collapse. And then we get disappointed. But we get disappointed. We think we get disappointed about the world. No, we get disappointed about the world through our own view. So that's why. So the second one is make you weak, doubt. Then in a very conventional level, just imagine when you have a doubt about something, what will happen? It loses your confidence. And when you don't have the confidence, you lose the ability to respond. That means you lose the responsibilities. So our conventional life depends on responsibilities and duties. So when you are not able to fulfill your responsibilities as a person, it affects for your unhappiness. It ignites your unhappiness. It takes away your happiness. So then how you can overcome this doubt? When you do something, bring your fully attention and do your best. So whatever you do in the conventional life, do one thing at one time and do your best. If you are physically involving or interfering, today we have the machines technology, and sometimes that machines technology handling many things at one time. But when it comes to our mind, our life, yourself, when you do something, do one thing at a time. So that way you bring your fully attention and it take out your doubt. So practicing meditation, bring that ability, and that is where you build up the confidence, self-confidence. And once you have the self-confidence, it uplifts your self-abilities. And once you have the self-abilities, you have the self-confidence, and now you have the self-ability to respond. And then you can have the responsibilities. When you fulfill your responsibilities itself, you become happy. So that is conventional level. So that's why we have to learn, we develop the knowledge to get out of this doubt. But physically, when you are interfere with situations, give your best. Do your best. Don't do half. And the third one is karma. It also makes you unhappy. It also makes you weak. So remember three things. Knots you have in your heart, that means emotional boundaries, emotional bonds that you develop yourself. The second one is the doubt, lack of knowledge or the wisdom or the understanding or the ability to respond. So the third one is karma. Karma means what? Karma means intention. Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. So that is the definition of the karma. Your intention is very important. But rather, more than, we mostly look the outside result, and we think about the past, and we think about the future, and we forget the deeper our intention. So if your intention related to the greed, hatred, and the delusion, it makes you weak. So if you look for happiness and satisfaction, if you want to develop your strength, even in this very conventional life, with your physical, with your mind, mental, with your social, economical background, look into your intention. Never do anything related to the greed, hatred, or the delusion. Somehow have the intention related to loving kindness, generosity, compassion, and the wisdom. You can do a business with the generous heart, do as a service to others. You like to see how other people enjoy out of your business, out of your product. So that's you have a generous heart, and you have ability to share. And then at the same time, you gain some money. And you can be a doctor giving a service to others. And you like to help poor people. You can be an engineer. Look, the most of time, when it comes to the science and technology, and the weapon is one of the major things that in the world that make us unbalanced. And this war and most of this criminal activities, that things. And sometimes there are well-educated people behind this. And politicians, corruptions in the society, that's not just the ordinary person. Well-educated people do this. See that. It is very important intention. So then you can perform any kind of field with the good intention. So that itself going to become your karma. And you can't escape from your own intention. Then it's going to come behind you like the shadow never leave your body. It's no one is responsible for that. It is not somebody doing it. It's your intention bring the result behind you. Just know that. So then take care of yourself. If you want to be happy, if you want to be strong, and have a good intention, and then you are capable to get the help out of the karma. So those are the three things that you have to mainly focus today to bring your strength and become stronger. The knots happens in your heart, cut it. That means the emotional bonds. And the doubt, develop the knowledge, have some wisdom, and perform your best. Give your best for whatever you do. Then the doubt will disappear. And the karma, look into your intention. And when you do bodily, verbally, mentally actions, don't do it with the greed, hatred, and the delusion in your mind. So if it is there, right away neutral yourself. Stop your action. Then you will see by it go away. And somehow generate yourself loving kindness, compassion, generosity, and wisdom. And with that, perform your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. Then you will see physically, mentally, socially, economically, spiritually, you become stronger. And that itself build up the happiness and satisfaction inside you in this conventional life. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck it straight in one line and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say, Suapateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. Now allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens through the sensation, recognize it, do nothing extra. Bring my attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. Already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once. Like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And also by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhamma Nudhamma Patipattiya Buddham Pujemi Dhammam Pujemi Sangham Pujemi Addhaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadhi Maranam Ha Paribundisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.